cherry on my lips, and you think it did. I can feel the beat running through the speakers. Blue skies, blue waves, every day's a good day. Lazy Sunday afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Back at the permission that I was last on, down near the former coastline, which was 300 yards roughly away 600 years ago. It's now about 5 miles to the south of here. Now what's nice is the farmers cut this field, so eager as I was to get back on it, I checked back with the farmer to see if it was okay to revisit this 5.5 acres, and he says it is. So given the Georgian finds from this field 3 weeks ago, it may well be there's something else to find additionally. So the field's been cut. The crop was a bit of a failure, unfortunately, like so many crops have been this year, due to the dry 2024 and the wet 2024 and the dry conditions we've had in the last 3 months. So 5.5 acres, and I know this particular corner has produced a cartwheel penny, a halfpenny, other George III's, a possible George II halfpenny, and 2 lead tokens, one with an A on it. So we'll see what we can find. I look forward to seeing it at the first hole. First target, 2021. Woo! 100% on the depth stakes. Ground's a bit softer after that rain, I think. Might be small and shallow, or it might be large and deep. Probably the latter. Is that a piece of iron or something? There's a bit of brick, not a good sign. Right, still in the hole, I'll come back to you. The ground is wetter on this side of the field, and in fact through the fence there's a well marked on the 18 or 1900-ish map, so the other side of this fence. Perhaps that would explain the coins in this corner, but just angle the camera so you can see. It's a coin, and it's down at a good 8 inches, that one. Looks like a halfpenny. It's actually a George VI, so 30s, 40s, that sort of era. George V, 6th, sorry, halfpenny. So that's a cracking start. I did know from my previous trip there were coins in this corner, but starting on the first hole with a coin, always backfill the hole, is fantastic, as best you can. It's quite a deep hole, so I'll go and get my water and something else. Water for cleaning and water for drinking. Right, so that first target, gone to get my water bottle. It's a ship halfpenny. Probably won't be able to see the detail there. 1941. So 1941 halfpenny. Alright, hole number 2. It's quite a rough 17 to 19, but it's picking up in both axes. Because it's deep, I'm going to dig it. Also turn the iron horseshoe on for you. case there's some ferrous, but there isn't, so that's good. Right, first signs of it down at 9 inches, so don't know how much deeper it is. It could be lead or something, what I'm thinking. Huh. And there we go. Is that a piece of lead? Picked up from some depth, that. It's probably about 10 or 11 inches. What is it? Kind of looks too neat to be ancient, but could be part of a machine, or it could be something else. Wheel off a train, I would suggest, like a pewter train wheel, I think is what we're looking at. I might be wrong. Possibly a toy train wheel. Alright, so next to that will look like a pewter or lead train wheel. I have a 2 or a 3. I'm not sure if it's on the surface from the spoil or whether it's something separate. No, it looks like something separate. We'll investigate that one too. Right, it wasn't very deep. You can see it's from that 3-inch deep hole there, and we have a very low number. Right, it's in my hand, whatever it is. Right, it's going iron tone now. So probably a nail. Oh, it's just a piece of foil. Right, a nice tidy 20. 21, max depth again. Well, there was me digging around in that great sort of 9-inch deep hole, and it was already out of the hole, so. And the spoil there. It was a deep one, but don't know what it's going to be. Ah, 303 bullets. Right, 9 or 10, 50%. Right, quite easy to get out. 5-inch deep hole. Is that a nail or? It's still down that. Right, it's in my hand. Excuse the wind noise. Right. Oh, I think I found a hammered. Look. Is that a hammered coin? It's the first in this field, if it is. Or is it a lead token that's just broken? I think it's the latter. I think it's a lead token that's broken. Interesting one though. So it came up as 10 on the scale. It's got a radiate design. Usual smooth back. Yeah. Unless it's been cut down. I don't know if they had cut half tokens. Someone will tell me perhaps. Right, 18 or 19, clear as day. Again, max depth, so This is the end of the field that's produced the most coinage so far. The oldest coins being 18th century. So if we've got what I expect it to be, another coin. Right, we'll go down with the pinpointer. It's going to be a bit deeper, that one. Right, seems that the prediction was correct. Well, it may be a button, one or the other. No, it's a button this time. So, get some water on it. Nice livery button. I think I found the other button off this same coat last time. I'll have to look back at my previous video 3 weeks ago. But yeah, nice Victorian or early 20th century long coat or livery button with a crest on it, a coat of arms. Right, this is a 17 or 18. There was an iron tone from something else coming through as well, but not very deep. This one here. Bit of aluminium unfortunately. Right, just running along by the hedgerow here. This is a fairly ancient road, so you never know. I wasn't able to get in close because the grass and crop hadn't been cut, but it has now. So this one, there is a lot of can slaw. This is a shallow 15. See what that brings. As I say, a lot of shredded aluminium cans beside the road, but it might be worth working through them to find those more interesting things. Right. Yep, Peace Valley can, there you go. Really compact signal too, unavoidable really. Right, this is a 15 at 30%. I think it's a button. Just there. We shall see. Are you a button? Yeah. But we're looking at something else. Got a shiny back on it. Pretty sure that's a button. Yeah, that's where the shank went. It's just rubbed smooth. Fortunately I can see the remains of the shank, so tiny little button. So looked like a coin for a moment. Right, I'm up the other end of the field. I've got a high number here, almost on the surface though, unfortunately. 26, and it's down here. Could be aluminium. Hoping it might be something else. Ah. It's a modernish St. Christopher pendant, so that's why it gave such a high number. St. Christopher, protect us. Don't know as to an age. At least silver plated, if not silver, given by the condition of it. But yeah, 20th century, a modern St. Christopher pendant. There he is. I found one of these before. In fact, one in the hoard, in the field where I found the hoard, and another one somewhere else. Cool. A silver pendant, although it's, despite the fact that it's modern, it's still a cool find. Right, close to that St. Christopher's pendant few feet away. I've got a 12 here. I think it could be a small coin. I thought I saw something circular. It could be a button also. Yeah, it's a 4-hole button, unfortunately. Very deceiving. But that's a 4-hole button anyway. On to the next. Fairly modern buckle. This one was about 2 inches, 3 inches down. 19th or 20th century, I'd say. Right, this one quite close to the road. Started at 26 and it's now gone up, as sometimes happens. And I can see it. I don't know if you can. Something or other. Don't know what it's going to be. It's a coin. Second coin of the day. Very high number. 31. And it's a George V, I do believe. George V penny. Or is that an Edward? No, I think that's a George V. One moment. Yeah, so early 1900s, maybe 1920s, something like that. There we go. Second coin of the day. I've glanced it with my spade, unfortunately. Right, we have a 13 out of that whopping hole there. Put it over here. In fact, I can see it. I don't know what it is. Is that it? No, that's a stone. I think that's a shotty, unfortunately. Remains of a shotty. Alright, this was a 20. I think it's a handle of some description. Not entirely sure. We'll have a closer look at it later. Alright, this one a 25. 80% depth. Alright, in the coin corner, and it is in fact a coin down at 7 or 8 inches. I think that's a Victorian, in line with the Georgian and Victorian and later coins that I've found in this field. We'll have a look, might be wrong. It's pretty toasted. I think we're going to see much on that. I think it was a Georgian halfpenny, halfpenny. See the larger lettering around the border. I don't know if you can. You probably can't with that camera, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So late 18th century, early 19th. Alright, about 15 feet from that Georgian, what looks like a Georgian halfpenny. Halfpenny got this one. This is 18 on the scale, so probably another halfpenny, which I've managed to drop. Oh, no, I'm completely wrong. It's not, it's something else. I know not what, but we found that thing that formed a sort of intersection between three different bits of tube or rod. I think was a gas lamp fitting, so this could be something similar. Something of that nature anyway. Right, this one, don't know, God knows what it is. It's got a sort of ball on the side of something that was presumably circular at one point. Doesn't look horribly old. It came from the side wall, so it's well off centre as well, there. So, I'll post that up at the end for you. Right, one by the road. It's 13, I think it's going to be rubbish, unfortunately. There's a lot of rubbish on this side of the field. There must be something good between it all. Yeah, aluminium. Thought it would be. Unfortunately, my camera mount's just fallen apart, so I might have to call it a day in a moment. I couldn't pass over this one. There's a 20 in there. Will it be foil though? Will it be foil? Alright, it's in here. Where's he gone? Oh, there it is. Piece of lead. Piece of lead. I don't think there's anything on it. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Right, this really is the last one. It was an 18. It was picking up in one axis but not the other, or marginally in the other. And there it is, down at about, I don't know, 7 inches it was. So worth digging because it's a coin. I think that's another Georgian, but I won't be able to see. Can't see immediately. I'm having to hold the camera with the left hand, so you'll see that at the end. I think that's a Georgian halfpenny. 531. Interesting field. It's got plenty of scope, but it's hard to say whether we've got anything that's medieval here. The lead tokens possibly might be, and I'll be putting that up, and the one that's cut in half today, and the two, if you remember from my last trip here, might possibly be 1500s ish, although they're very, very hard things to date. The rest of the coins seem to be Georgian onwards. Oh, if you do like my videos, please give us a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated, and subscribe if you want to follow my progress, obviously. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Right, quick roundup. 15 pieces of interest and 14 bits of rubbish across the bottom there. There were 4 coins. It's George V penny and a ship halfpenny 1941, which I think you saw. This was another one, much more degraded. So this one I'd cleaned with acetone, nail varnish cleaner, and a bit of glycerine, which you can find in Sainsbury's, both of those items. And the glycerine helps to give luster to the coin and possibly acts to prevent further oxidation. This was the oldest coin. It's a George the, just about make him out, it's a George II facing left, so mid 1700s, and a halfpenny or halfpenny. Then we got a few buttons, a livery button, a toy train wheel, I think that's made of solid lead, a modern St Christopher, a bullet. This here, possibly part of something to do with a makeup, a circular or purse, one or the other, I would imagine, that clipped together at the top. Probably not very old, probably early 20th century, that sort of date. And a shotty, and then the usual bits of rubbish, as I say. What I've used is, referring back to the British Museum video, the last video, the 2 items I'm referring to, I'm using this because although hydrogen peroxide is mixed with glycerine is used on the Roman coins, it's a little bit aggressive, and it'll just carry on eating through the oxides, which you need to stop. So with acetone you don't have that risk. It's not an acid substance, and this glycerine here is used for cake making. So you could mix a bit of those two together, and I found that produces quite good results. The other thing of note is that in that field, previously I'd found quite a lot of Georgians. Cartwheel penny here. I think these are about 30, 33, 30, 35 millimeter diameter. 1797. This one I wasn't sure what it was, but it's actually I made sense of it now. It's a George I dump halfpenny, which were produced in 1717. So we're getting back to the early 1700s with that. They've got a raised edge, and they're about the same diameter as a ship halfpenny, but they're thicker, and I assume that's why they're called a dump halfpenny. I'm just about to make George I out on that, facing right. And then the bit of silver that I found previously, the sixpence, it's not a very good quality of silver, but that's 1818. And this one here, I previously thought it was a knockoff of a shilling, because there were a lot of fake coins out at that time in the 1700s, but it's not. It turns out there were farthings produced which coincides with this diameter, which I measured as 23 millimeters. So it's a copper farthing, and it dates to between 1760 and 1780. So plenty of scope in that field, and well worth a revisit, although I'll have to check the state of the crop obviously before I return. Thanks for watching. I'll post more detailed pictures up of these finds right now for you.